Hi, I'm Pushkar and I'm discussing KVPY 2020 Essay Part 1 Chemistry paper. Here's a question which belongs to Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution or kinetic theory of gases. Among the following, the plot that shows the correct marking of the most probable velocity VMP, average velocity V, and the root mean square velocity VRMS is what? So it's a straightforward knowledge-based question, although we could not go in very deep of this thing. But let's see the option number one. Here V average is shown as to be this one. That's absurd because that's not V average. That is of course the most probable velocity because the tip of this is representing what? The most probable velocity. So option A is of course wrong. Option B, C also we can see that it is marked as the average velocity. That is obviously wrong. And in B option, this is marked as VRMS. So this is obviously wrong. Then we are left with only one option because this is indeed the most probable velocity. Because most probable velocity, what? If you see number of molecules which are possessing this velocity, they are maximum at this value. At this value of the velocity, they are maximum. So we need not go and scan for some other options. Only from the option we can see that only D option seems to be the correct option. Otherwise, if we go for the theory of these things, then we know that obviously the CMP, that is called C most probable velocity, is equal to 2RT upon M. And if we talk about C average, detailed calculations will show that this is coming out to be 8RT upon pi M. And if we talk about C RMS, root mean square velocity, that is 3RT upon M. So obviously the ratios are root of 2 and ratio of C average is 8 by under root of 8 by pi, and that is ratio under root of 3. And if we can see that these ratios, if you simplify this, is 1.44 ratio 8 by pi, that is under root of something more than 2, because this is obviously 3.16. So this is something more than 2, and this is of course 1.73. Root 3, this is 1.73. So this value is in between these two, I mean intermediate between these two. And that is representing what? C average. So C average is in between these two. So that's the order of the velocity. That's the order of velocities. So we can say that C most probable will be less than C average and which will be less than C RMS. So by knowing this theory, we can give the answer, or otherwise if we forget about these things, then obviously from the basic funda we can get the answers. Stay tuned for solutions to the next question.